So
Yeah.
then once you finally install it, obviously you want to take every measure and every precaution to keep them just in service. You don't have to replace a dang blade somewhere down the road. So, what are some of I know there's tons of redundancy on them and there's lots of engineering,
Yeah.
but what are they doing besides, not just lightning protection, but just to keep them in service as much as they can be?
Well, when they started, one of the things they obviously have to do with any sort of composite structure, be it an airplane or a wind turbine blade or even Corvettes, which are made out of fiberglass for a long time, is you want to make sure that that structure is sound, and it's a little bit different than something that's made out of metal, where you can kind of see a deformation or things of that sort. What you're seeing in a composite piece is there's multiple layers of, in this case, fiberglass and balsa wood inside. If those layers internally start to buckle with in respect to one another, or if they become what we call delaminated, so they start to separate over time, that's got to get fixed.
Hmm.
And originally, and the way it started was they would put repair people or inspectors on ropes, and they go down and you can kind of tap test, or there's a bunch of visual techniques that you can use to inspect the blades. And so they would go up and down the blades, each of the blades, to make sure structurally everything is still okay. Because your worst case scenario is you miss some significant structural deformation, degradation, and that blade goes bad and it breaks. Right.
Yeah.
That's sort of your worst case nightmare, because the cascading effects are expensive. So, but more recently, what we're seeing is a lot of robotics being used, cameras on drones, or drones that are physically attached or somehow stick to the blade and kind of climb up the blade.
Yeah.
They're inspecting the blades that way to get some better assurance of the structural integrity of the blade, because ultimately, in any composite structure, the key is just to keep following up and repairing them. If you keep them in decent shape over time, you can extend the lifetime.